Are you an MSP owner struggling to get more leads and you're not exactly sure where to market your business? In this video, we are covering the 4 R's of marketing, and this is the marketing basics for MSPs. So, regardless of where you're at, if you're an established MSP, if you've forgotten the basics, you need to come back to the basics. And if you're a new MSP, you are getting a huge advantage compared to every other MSP that's not watching this video out there. How are you doing? My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs grow, whether it's sales training, marketing training, or even some business operations. Before I get into today's video, I do want to mention just one really quick thing. If you head over to our website, growth-generators.com, there's a bunch of different stuff on there from our programs, a little bit about us, the services that we offer, right? But more importantly than anything else, we do have an Apple podcast and a Spotify podcast, and we're working on distribution for plenty of other platforms. And what I want you to do is go over there, preferably listen to a couple. Now, there are some podcast only releases that we do, so you definitely want to make sure you check it out on the Spotify or Apple podcast area. Listen to it while you're out and about, driving, whatever it is that you're doing, listening to my succulent voice. I appreciate it, but if you could do me a really big favor, just give it a review. It is super hard to get reviews. Truthfully, I hope I earn 5 stars in every single video and every single podcast that you listen to, but it helps us tremendously consistently grow. And I love seeing the numbers. It makes me super excited. So let's get into today's video. I'm not going to make you wait till the end to figure out what the 4 R's are, but what I am going to do is tell you that I always leave my golden nuggets all the way at the end of the video. So if you make it to the end of the video, that's truly where the most secret sauce goes, other than our membership MSP heroes. So the 4 R's, they all are the word right. But what right is it? We have to have the right message, the right audience, the right place, and the right time. All 4 of these R's make up a massive amount of marketing, because if we don't have all of those kind of in line, right? We always, or at least I make the joke, right? Oh, we get the stars to align, things can happen. In this case, this couldn't be more true. We have to get the right message to the right audience at the right place at the right time. And all of these compound on one another. And if you haven't already gone and grabbed a buyer persona off of our resources page, I'm not exactly sure what you're waiting for, but if you head over to growth-generators.com/resources, you could go down and you'll see a buyer persona here somewhere, boom, somewhere towards the bottom, you'll see free buyer persona template. Go grab it. It is worth its weight in gold, because you have to go through this truthfully before you really even get any further down the road with your MSP. Because if we don't know who we're targeting, all the other 3 rights that we're about to talk about don't particularly matter. We have to get the right message, what you say and what you offer, right? We have to know who this is going to, and we have to deliver them the right message, right? What problems do you solve? And before you are like, well, we're an MSP, we're going to make sure that your uptime's the best, and we're going to do this, and I've heard it all, right? I totally get it. But try to be a little more creative, right? Fast, reliable IT support, downtime is not an option, right? 24 cybersecurity protection, your business secured. I'm giving you kind of generic ones, but I'd be challenging you to take it and make it a little bit of a twist on there. Fast, reliable IT support for XYZ location. Downtime is not an option. 24/7 cybersecurity protection for your medical facility, your business locked down, whatever it is. Come up with something catchy here. But we have to make sure that we talk about that. Our message is really important, but we also have to have a key differentiator throughout this process. If you look at your website and then you go on Google and you search MSPs that help XYZ company, or MSPs that help XYZ type of customer in whatever, or MSPs that help accountants in Charlotte, right? And you look at your website and it looks a lot, or at least the messaging looks a lot like everybody else's. How are you going to stand out amongst everybody else? Truth be told, you're not, right? So we have to figure out what makes you different. Now, there's something that's going to make you different, right? Whether you care more, believe it or not, you're more proactive, you're an industry specialized, you're more security focused. Heck, maybe you're just faster. We're the fastest MSP on the planet. You call, we answer within 4 seconds. Whatever it is, something freaking crazy, right? We specialize in healthcare compliance, HIPAA ready IT solutions for your service, for your clinic when you need it. I don't know, come up with something crazy, but don't be super vague throughout this. Best IT services. Everyone's the best. They're not going to be like, hey, this is our tagline. Jim's mediocre IT services for every business. Or Jim's, and God, I'm so sorry if somebody's name is Jim, by the way. Jim's IT service. You're just like everyone else. Now, I would find that horrendously funny, but your target customer is not going to say, hey, here's my money, right? Take my money. You have to pick something better. And best IT services, we got the best pizza in town. The guy down the street buys the same boxes that say that they're the best in town. Who's the best in town, right? It's important to keep this in mind, right? What makes you different, truly, but we have to figure out the right message. And that message is what problems do you solve and what makes you different. Now, the second part to this, the right audience. We need to know who we're going after. That wasn't a question, right? It's a statement. I'm telling you, you need to figure out who you're going after. Growth-generators.com/resources. Scroll all the way down to buyer persona. And while you're taking a quick second to go download that, do me a quick favor, like, subscribe, notify, maybe 5 stars on the podcast platforms. But who needs your MSP services the most? You, the person listening or watching my bald head, right? Not every business is going to be a good client. Sorry, right? But we have to focus on industries with either compliance needs, healthcare, legal, finance, whatever it is, high reliance on technology, manufacturing, professional services. Truthfully, you can squeeze blood from any stone. It's just knowing how to squeeze the stone, right? You can find money in every industry. And anyone that's like, there's no money in this industry, or it's less profitable, just hasn't found the right solution yet. Somebody thought it was silly to sell water in a bottle, and now there's water bottles everywhere. Trust me, the opportunity is there. It's just figuring out who the right person is, right? So we have to keep this in mind. Your ideal clients are those who value your IT or MSP services and have the budget. They have to be both of those. If they aren't or they don't, you're missing out. Truthfully, you're not going to have an easy time finding customers, right? We have to make sure that we have the right audience with the right message. So where should you look for help, right? Google is going to be huge. Truthfully, leverage Google, SEO, Google ads, gold. Work on your website, have a fantastic website with a great message, and build some SEO into it. If you're ready for it, Google ads are a great place to build leads to. Next is going to be LinkedIn. Obviously, it's a fantastic platform. You could leverage Facebook too, to a degree, and Facebook groups are huge, right? And if you're like Harrison, I just want the easiest thing, word of mouth. And I'm looking actively for my business cards here because I usually carry a stack of business cards, although there are now debit and credit cards on both sides of this. But you can absolutely leverage business cards as a fantastic way to build word of mouth. You're going to be out talking to people, and who knows? You never know who's going to refer you to people. But if you don't know who you're trying to get the message to and who should hear the message, right? Nothing else actually matters. You have to make sure that you get the right message to the right audience. So word of mouth is absolutely a goldmine. And if you want to check out networking groups, everyone's results are going to vary depending on what networking group they end up going to. I like BNI. I like Let's Hip. chambers of commerce. There's plenty of local business groups. Truth be told, I've been a part of chambers of commerce on Long Island that were fantastic. In my little town, and I'm not trying to bash my chamber, but for the money that I pay them, I get zero. I knew going in I wasn't going to get really any results, but they just don't do enough to even get me a little excited. Every chamber is going to be different. It's your job to do the homework. I can't do the homework for everybody. Go to a couple events. They usually let you show up for 2, 3, 4 events for free. And then after that, they're like, hey, are you going to be a member or you're not going to be a member? It's okay if you're not going to be a member. You just got to go find a place where you can go be a member and you can find people to refer you business. Number 3, right place, where you show up. And we're going to be kind of talking a little bit about what we just kind of spoke about. But it's important to be visible to our clients, especially while they're searching online. There's always the word of mouth and being in person. But for the sake of this, we're talking about the internet here. Google Business Profile. I've made tons of videos about it in the past. I have even better trainings inside the MSP Heroes membership. Whatever it is, figure out your Google Business Profile. It is a gold mine. Talk about the services that you provide and treat it as an additional social media platform. Spend time on there, adding pictures, optimizing, making it as good as possible. You don't have to do it every day, but jump in there once a month, add some pictures, all that kind of cool stuff. I promise you it's going to pay dividends over the long term. Your website is also a gold mine. Simple, clear, who you are, what you do, just like we spoke about. But also having a lead capture form is huge. What can you give people? Just in this little demo I have, and it's of course not popping up now, but there's usually like a webinar here. I'll leave a link to the webinar down below if you want to check out the latest webinar that we're offering, because we are offering now like several different webinars. It's kind of crazy, but there is a webinar link down in the video description. You can make a webinar, right? It's the exact same thing. LinkedIn and social media are great places to share cybersecurity tips, compliance, whatever it is. Share your case studies, share the wins, and share the cool stuff that you actually do. And then my favorite thing that I haven't spoken about in a little while is find and build strategic partnerships. You can team up with accountants, compliance experts, maybe even penetration testers, digital marketers if you're going for a local attack. Whatever it is, there is so much opportunity there, but you have to get the right place where your customers are hanging out. And I do cover a lot of this, if not all of this, actually, in the buyer persona itself. And then the right time. I hear this probably almost every single call. I'm calling, I'm doing cold calls, I'm not getting, I'm getting denied a lot. Well, guess what? It's not the right time for everybody. Follow-up and consistency are you will figure out who the earners are and the top people are based on, are they following up and consistent? There are plenty of people that start YouTube channels and are not consistent. There's plenty of salespeople that get leads and only call once. It does not matter. Follow-up and consistency. Not everybody buys immediately. You have to stay in touch. Use email marketing. It's fantastic. Follow up with warm leads regularly. Send them good information. Send quarterly security checkups or reminders or whatever you think is going to benefit your dream customer. Send it on a somewhat regular basis. You don't have to bombard the heck out of them. They're not ready to buy today, but they might be ready to buy in 6 months from now, when they are having a computer issue and their current MSP provider is not answering the phone, is not getting back to them, is not resolving the problem. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, just like a cybersecurity attack. It's not a matter of if the MSP is going to mess up. It's a matter of when they're going to mess up. And are you going to be the one that calls at the same time that they end up messing up? Marketing is about consistency, not a one-off effort. And I will relate marketing and SEO to going to the gym. If you go to the gym once and you work out and you have a blood-boiling workout, you come out gassed. You need Gatorade and BCAAs and protein to get you back in the game, right? That's great. But you're going to wake up the next morning, you're going to feel tired and sore, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to see no change. It takes time. I get it. I'm a thicker dude myself. I go to the gym like 5 days a week now, and I'm slowly feeling the effects of the work that I'm putting in. You have to show up consistently over and over and over and over again. Posting once on LinkedIn is not going to earn you 1 million followers. It's posting daily or at least weekly over and over and over again. One ad is not going to make you rich. You have to make a ton of different ads and test and optimize to get the best possible results. Follow up like a machine and get in front of your customers. And then ask them nicely for reviews, just like I'm asking you nicely. Like, subscribe, notify, leave me a message down below. Be like, hey, grow some hair, love the video, learn something. This is another great basics video. I gave you 5 stars on the podcast. Please don't threaten me with 1 star. But if you want to, hey, you need to shave, whatever, on the YouTube channel, I appreciate that. I'll get a good laugh out of it, right? But truly, I want you to have the right message to the right audience at the right place at the right time. And that is your winning game plan and the absolute basics for marketing. I'm going to be going deeper into marketing more and more throughout this channel, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys had the tools and the ability to get this right, because this will make leads closing easier, getting leads easier, following up with leads easier. It just makes for a better MSP overall, and I wish you nothing but the best in your MSP. I love the heck out of you guys, as always. If you want to hang out with me on a weekly basis or actually a daily basis, you should check out our membership program, MSP Heroes. It's pennies on the dollar for the value that you get. There is a link down below. Love the heck out of you guys. I'll see you in the next one.